Okay, here we go. Day one of Vlogmas. I've got my coffee, some knitting on my lap, my cat, and honestly, I'm so excited to spend the month of December with you again. If you're new here, I'm Jen Geigley. I knit a lot. I make things every day, and somehow this little corner of the internet has turned into one of my favorite December traditions. Today, we're kicking things off with the start of the Gaptastic Knit Along, a few December countdown calendars, and whatever else this day brings. Nothing fancy, just real life, yarn, and cozy December energy. Let's do this. Vlogmas 2025 starts now. Hey everybody, my name is Jen. Welcome to Vlogmas 2025 and happy December. I am super excited to share this holiday season with you. This will be my 4th year doing Vlogmas, which is kind of incredible. Somehow the past 3 years I've managed to upload a video every single day in December. I always start by saying I can't promise I'm gonna do that again. I say it every year, but I try really hard to do it. But yeah, life happens, you know, real things, real life. There might be a day that I miss, not a big deal. Some videos will be shorter, some will be longer. It's more of a vlog, day in the life style video. There will be knitting, there will be crafting, there will be some baking, some projects. I always have like really high hopes, but every year does turn out a little bit different. There's a couple of years I made lefse and some other fun like baking holiday things. Last year I sewed like 11 or 12 stockings out of IKEA fabric. It's just like, you never know what's gonna happen. So I think last year was like less baking, more sewing. It's always different. And I never really can predict what's gonna happen because the month just kind of takes us where we go. I don't have a specific plan for each day, but I do have, and I'll show you in a bit, some fun advents that I'm gonna be opening each day. And for the first time, we are casting on together. If you would like a project, we're gonna cast on today. And if you still wanna get yarn, you can totally jump in at any time because this is a quick project. You can do this anytime. I'm gonna be knitting all month on this, but we are going to be knitting the Gaptastic Cowl together. This is one of my first patterns I ever uploaded to Ravelry, and this year is its 15th anniversary. So to celebrate, we're going to knit one together. And we just had a beautiful, massive snowstorm over the weekend. So it feels very December here, and it feels very appropriate to be knitting something cozy. So I'm super excited to cast on. I have a link below if you want to get a kit from Lion Brand, and that is the original yarn that I used to make the original Gaptastic 15 years ago. And I've made several more over the years. But for the knit along, I've chosen this color, which is kind of a mushroom. It's almost like in different light, it's almost like a gray, purple, neutral color, but I really love it. And so, yeah, it's Hue and Me from Lion Brand. Go grab 2 skeins. Link below to the kits if you want to knit along, and we're going to cast on today in a little bit. So in order to get these needles off of this project to cast on the next project, I am almost finished with my last knit along, which was with Madeline Tosh, and we made a Cowl-Danna, which is also one of my patterns. It's called the Firefly Cowl-Danna, and it uses 1 skein of Madeline Tosh Biggie, which is so fun. And this is like a nice, it's kind of squished up on the needles, but like a nice bandana pattern. And then it connects at the top with like a little turtleneck situation. So I'm almost done with this. I'm gonna knit all this yarn and just make a nice tall neck that I can either fold over or like tuck into my coat. And so I do need to finish this before we start this, but this is very doable and cozy knitting for this morning. So I'm going to do that in a bit. Also, in case I haven't mentioned it yet, because people will ask, this is the Mosi pullover by Helene Magnusson. It is knit in Icelandic wool, all over colorwork. It is probably my pride and joy project of 2025. I wore this in Iceland last summer, and I'm really excited to wear it now that it's really, really cold outside because it is very warm. But I love this sweater and I'm super proud of it. And so I thought it was the perfect thing to wear on the first day of Vlogmas. So each year I really look forward to December 1st because I have been setting aside things for this month that I haven't been able to touch. I have some advent calendars that I'm really excited to look at today that I have not even peeked at. Some of these go on sale during the summer, and so you really collect them and set them aside and like don't look at them until winter comes. And so I'm really excited to see these things. But first I got the typical little chocolate advent calendar from Trader Joe's for my kids to open. They always like doing this every day, and they're always really cute designs with little, things on the back, little activities, but they just always have the cutest packaging. It's just like the most simple daily advent for the kids to count down each day of the month. And then I also got them the Lego advent calendar. This was on sale at Target. Like, it went on super sale, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get it for them. And so they don't even know about this yet, but they're gonna open one of these later on in the day after Bowie gets home from school. My kids love Legos like everybody else, and this is just a really cute, fun little thing to open each day, I think. Also, this might look familiar if you watched here last year. This is an advent from Geigley and the Machine, and it is like a sewing advent where you get little cute sewing labels that you can put in the back of your projects, in the back of your sweaters, even on your knitted things. I added some to the back of my knitted sweaters last year too, and just sewed in a couple. But it's cute little sewn in labels. They're like funny and cute and really well designed, and they always have different artists that do the packaging, and it's so cute. So I have not peeked at this, and I want to look right now. So let's look inside. It's like a little magnetic box. Oh, it's so adorable. So each day has a cute little clue over here, like a little illustration and a little saying. And then there's the boxes over here, and look, it's like embossed. Oh, it's so neat. Okay, should we just open it? I think we should. It says, thank you for choosing the Geigley and the Machine Label Advent Calendar. How to play along. Begin at day 1 and follow the roadmap until you reach day 24. Take a moment for yourself each day to open a window and delight in the surprises inside. I know you're going to love our jolly limited edition labels. So let's open day 1. It is a little ghost, and it says a badge of honor. It's like, oh, it's like a little steam ghost out of an iron. Cute. Ooh, there's a bunch in here. Okay, so it says sewist made. You get 4 tags in here. Sewist made in red and black. And these little ones, look at that. Sewist made. Adorable on each side. Those are really cool. See, it's very, very fun. And then, yeah, I just kind of store them in here. Maybe last year I had like a little pouch that I kept them in. I think I'm just gonna keep them in here for now until I find a spot. But that is so cute and such a different thing to open every day, and I think it's really fun. You may or may not know that I am a huge fan of Trader Joe's, and last year I got their 12 Days of Beauty collection, and so I got that again this year. It's such a pretty box. It's so beautifully done. Last year's had so many fun things in it that I really enjoyed, like little lip balms, little hand lotions that I kept in my purse, like a little body lotion that were, scented things. Really, really fun to open. Not every day, but sometimes, because it's 12 days. But yeah, there's some really nice things in here. So I'm excited to open these. Also, if you are new here, this is my cat Dinah, and she is very, fancy and beautiful and special. So she gets her own advent calendar from Trader Joe's as well. Okay, for some reason they put out their holiday things really early this year. And so it was good that I even got a chance to get these things, because they sold out of a whole bunch of things, and they said they weren't getting any more in for the whole holiday season. And that was like mid-November. And so I know these were sold out at my store really quickly, and I'm really lucky I got one. And then I think, yeah, there's like a bunch of other items that were gone really early. And so I always take a trip back at some point during Vlogmas to go do a little holiday shopping there, because they have really good holiday seasonal items and foods and things like this. But I wonder what they're going to have in December, because they had like a sign that said, grab your advent calendars now because they're selling out. And so that was kind of weird, but I felt really lucky to get her advent calendar, and they have improved it this year. If you had it last year, she didn't really like the treats last year. And I think they were seaweed treats, like dried seaweed. And there was people that complained, I guess, because their cats didn't like it. And so this year I saw right away it's freeze-dried salmon. And so these I'm hoping will be a hit compared to last year. Last but not least, I have the Hedgehog Fibers advent calendar of mini skeins. And I'm so excited to get into this. So let's open this up because I haven't looked at all. It has like a little sleeve with their beautiful dye colors. And then it opens like a book. Okay, here's what it looks like. If you don't want to see, you don't want any spoilers, skip ahead. And I'm going to start with number 1 and see what's inside. Okay, so I can already see these are Hedgehog Fiber sock minis. Oh, that's pretty. Look at those colors. Okay, this is really fun. So, and their sock yarn is so nice. This one is called Holiday Exclusive Color Number 1. And these are 90% merino, 10% nylon. And so it works great for socks. Or I'm still thinking about doing, and I know I've been talking about this since last year, but I really want to make a sea glass sweater. And I've just been trying to collect the right colors that really go together. I know it should be a mix of a lot of different colors, but I think this is my year where I'm going to get the colors I need to make my perfect dream sea glass sweater. And if you don't know, it's like teeny tiny stripes and it's a really good stash buster, but it's really great if you have mini skeins. And so that is like my dream project for this, but also for socks. Like I keep thinking of the ooey gooey knit along that just happened with Andrea Mowry over Thanksgiving weekend. Something like this would be really fun because it's a little bit variegated and has some color, like this with another solid. But yeah, anything, or just stripy socks. There's like so many different Summer Lee patterns that would be really fun with this. So I'm already really excited because Hedgehog, as far as colors, it's like you can't beat it. So I'm super excited to open the rest, but this is a great start to the month. Okay, so I'm gonna finish the Cowl-Danna project so I can cast on a Gaptastic with you now. Okay, this Cowl-Danna turned out so cute. I got a nice little turtleneck out of the rest of that yarn. I used almost all of it, which is really nice when that happens. But yeah, this last snowstorm reminded me how cold it gets outside and how I just want to be cozy up by my neck. So I made a taller neck on this one, which I really like, or you can fold it down like that too, and it's still cozy. And so I'm really liking how this turned out. So if you knit along with me, thank you. I hope yours is coming along well too. I'm really excited about this. Okay, so I just finished my Firefly Cowl-Danna, and I haven't made one of these in a few years. It's been a while actually. And it turned out so cute and how cozy and how I've been freezing, and I can literally wear this around the house now. I love the little ribbing at the top, and I just wanted to use all my yarn so I didn't have a little bit of leftover somewhere. But yeah, I just wove in my ends. It is so cute. I forgot how cute and cozy and easy this is. I think I love this, and I think I want to make more, and how nice that neck stands up. So I probably did like 8, you could count, like 8 rows of ribbing. I just, used up my yarn, but look how adorable. This yarn, the color is called Printer Cartridge, I think. Toner Cartridge, that's what it is. Madeline Tosh Biggie. It kind of drapes and kind of sits, gathered a little bit like that. It's so cute and easy to throw on and would make a great gift and would be very cozy under your coat. And yeah, this is the Firefly Cowl-Danna. It's my pattern, it's on Ravelry, and it took no time at all. 1 skein of Biggie yarn or a skein from your stash. It is bulky, so it's knit on, I used US 13s, or are these 11s? I have to check. US 11s. Same as the Gaptastic Cowl, so, you know. Anyway, this is so cute. I really love it. Okay, let's see if Dinah likes her new treats. So she's not into the treats just yet, but we'll give her some time. She takes time to get warmed up to new things. Okay, are we ready to cast on for the Gaptastic? Now my needles are free and I'm ready to go. Let's cast on. It's 131 stitches, and that one extra stitch is the one that makes the seed stitch happen. And so that is like the magical number. So go grab your yarn. Let's cast on together. I'm going to show you the trick for estimating how much tail you will need. We're going to use the long tail cast on. You probably already know this trick, but if you don't know this trick, it will change your life. And so we're going to estimate in tens. And so we're going to wrap the needle 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to pinch where this ends and pinch where this ends. And then I'm going to leave a little tail hanging off. And that is the length of 10 stitches approximately for a cast on that we will need. And so now I'm going to count by tens up to 130 and then just give myself a little extra just to be safe. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. It says 131 is our final number. I'm just going to grab a little bit up from that so we don't run out and have to do it twice. And then instead of a slip knot, I just do the little twist stitch like that. You can lay your needle and twist like that if you'd like to. And then we will start casting on. Okay, I have my 131 stitches. I have the perfect length tail. It works every time. I just love that little trick. And now I'm going to go around and make sure my stitches are not twisted around. I'm going to double check it a couple times. Sometimes I lay it on the table to make sure because it does get twisty turny. I'm using a 20-inch circular, a US 11. You can use 11 or 13. It's like, it doesn't have to fit perfectly. It doesn't have to be a certain size. This is like a really easy adaptable pattern. It'll adapt to different weights of yarn, different needles. Just use a pair of needles that fits your size of yarn. There's also a Madeline Tosh pattern where we did a light version of the Gaptastic. You can find that on my Ravelry and I think on Madeline Tosh where we did it with a DK yarn. And we still made it like this nice long length, but in a much smaller yarn. So if this is too chunky for you, there's another version of the Gaptastic that you can do as well. But yeah, I'm going to untwist and make sure all my stitches are facing the same direction and then join in the round. All my stitches are facing the same direction, so I'm just going to grab my stitch marker and join in the round. So to join in the round, I'm going to take my first stitch that's on my right needle and move it to my left needle. And then I'm going to take the first stitch that was the first stitch on the left needle and jump it over the top to my right needle. Here comes the snow clouds. And then I'm going to put my marker in between the two, and now you can start knitting in seed stitch. So knit one, purl one, all the way around. And then your next row is going to start on a purl one. If you started with a knit one now, your next round will start with a purl one. Also, this cute little bow, I don't know if everybody does this, but my friend Sarah Lacey, who taught me how to knit back in like 2006, she always taught me to tie your end in a little bow so you don't accidentally knit with it. And I just think it's the cutest, simplest trick. And maybe everybody does that, but I don't know. If you don't do that, and if you always find yourself knitting with your tail by accident, tie it in a little bow, just like this. And it keeps it out of the way and you're not gonna accidentally grab that. So thank you, Sarah Lacey. I owe all my knitting knowledge to you.
Happy Christmas to you.
So that little story has me thinking about the two friends of mine who taught me how to knit so long ago, and how I really am forever grateful to them. And so just think about, who taught you to knit? Did you learn on your own? Did you learn from a book? Did you learn online? Did you learn from a class? Did you learn from a friend or a relative or a neighbor? I love hearing stories about how people learned how to knit, and it's always like such a special thing. And I love teaching knitting here locally. I teach at a lot of schools. I've taught adult community ed classes for over 10 years. And so a lot of people in Des Moines have learned to knit from me, which is very cool to see over the years, because a lot of them, we friend each other like on Instagram or something, and I'll get to see how much they grow as a knitter and how they all get hooked on it. And it's just cool to see them making sweaters now, where, you know, they were just a beginner like all of us at one point in time. But yeah, it's kind of fun to think about, how did this all start for you? And was it easy? Did you pick it up right away? Were you obsessed right away? Because I was. But yes, thank you to my friends Sarah and Amy, who taught me how to knit back when, I think it was when I was pregnant with my first kid, and I was just itching for a new hobby. It was winter and I needed something cozy to work on, and I was probably nesting, and I just really, I'm a crafty person in general, but I really wanted to learn how to knit, and I just knew it would be something I would love and I'd be interested in for a long time. And then I had no idea how much I would love it and how it would become part of my daily life. And so I am forever grateful to those sweet friends who sat down with me with a ball of Lion Brand Thick and Quick and helped me make my first scarf. And it's just a life-changing moment that you don't even see at the time how big of impact it's going to have on your life. And so, yeah, anyway, just grateful for those sweet friends. Okay, so I finished my first round, and your last stitch should be a knit stitch, which feels funny because your first stitch was a knit stitch, but that is correct. And so you're going to move your marker over. If by chance your last stitch is a purl stitch, that will cause a rib. So you probably miscounted by one, so you can just add a stitch or knit two together to get the correct odd number that you need. Or just check back and make sure you didn't knit two in a row or purl two in a row. It's not a big deal. You can like fix it later. You can fudge it, whatever. But if you can go back and fix it now, it's probably a good idea. Or maybe you miscounted, you're off by one, knit two together, or make one to add one more stitch. So you have an odd number. So you end on a knit. And then now we're going to start with a purl since we started with a knit. So you're just going to do the opposite of what you did before, and that makes that staggered seed stitch. And then you just keep knitting in seed stitch forever and ever until you have knitted 2 full balls of Hugh and Me. And then it will turn out to look like this. And it's such a good size. It's perfectly oversized. I can take off my first accessory and show you how good this is. I will never get tired of the Gaptastic Cowl. It is so great, even if you just wear it long like this. But it's so easy to double it, and it doesn't like mess up your hair or anything. It is so warm and cozy. It is so great over or under a coat, or in your office, or outside for recess duty for our sweet teachers. Anyone who has to be outside a lot makes a great gift. But yeah, it's timeless, it's cozy, it's really fun and easy to make. And so thank you for joining me on this knit along as we head into December. And yeah, thanks for knitting along. It's kind of fun. Now it's time for the kids to open their advent calendars. day one. Thank you so much for hanging out here with me. I always forget how much fun it is to make these little daily videos until I'm here doing it again. And it's like hard to wrap my mind around that I'm gonna be doing this tomorrow and the next day. It's like video boot camp for any YouTuber, but I love it and it is really fun, and it's amazing what you do in your day-to-day life that, you know, it may or may not be interesting, but thank you for hanging out here with me this month of December. I am really excited about it. If you're knitting the Gaptastic with me, tag me in your photos so I can see what colors you're using and what yarns you're using. And if you're just here for the vibes, that is totally okay too. I'm just glad you're here. I'll be back here tomorrow with more coffee, more yarn, and whatever else December throws our way. I'll see you tomorrow for day 2. Bye.